Now, following waves of reaction from different corners of the continent over racist comments by few scientists in France, the WHO has responded that Africa is not a target for testing of COVID-19 vaccine. Director General of the organization condemned the ideas as a colonial mindset which has no place in the principle of globalization. More details of that in this report.
Director General of World Health Organization has condemned the idea by French doctors that Africa is the potential ground for COVID-19 vaccines as a concept of the colonial mentality that represents a disgrace in the 21st century. Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus argued during a press briefing on Monday that Africa cannot and will not be a testing ground for any vaccine.
Some couple of scientists who said the testing ground for the new vaccines will be Africa. To be honest, I was so appalled, and it was a time when I said, when we needed solidarity, this kind of racist remarks actually would not help. It goes against the solidarity. Africa cannot and will not be a testing ground for any vaccine. We will follow all the rules to test any vaccine or therapeutics all over the world using exactly the same rule. Whether it's in Europe, Africa, or wherever, we will use the same protocol, and if there is a need to be tested elsewhere, to treat human beings the same way.
Dr. Jean-Paul Miro, head of intensive care at Cochin Hospital for Paris, and Camille Loch, head of research for Insamtok, generated the idea on Wednesday during a panel on the French television channel LCI. These comments sparked controversy, with Africans across the continent raining condemnations to what is better described as racism. Dr. Tedros expressed disappointment with the scientists and condemned their suggestions as a disgrace to the principles of the organization.
And the hangover from a colonial mentality has to stop. And WHO will not allow this to happen. And it was a disgrace, actually, and appalling to hear during the 21st century from scientists that kind of remark. And we condemn this with the strongest terms possible. But we assure you that this will not happen in Africa.
One of Africa's former best footballers, Didier Drogba, denounced what he called demeaning, false, and most of all deeply racist words from the French doctors that Africa isn't a testing lab. As of April 7, there have been over 1.2 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 and more than 69,000 deaths globally. Out of these figures, Europe counts more than 600,000 confirmed cases, while America records nearly 400,000 of the COVID-19. Meanwhile, about 7,000 cases of the coronavirus are recorded in Africa. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Yamundauge.